Hello.
Hello, Larry.
And yeah, Naresh speaking.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, fine. I'm doing good. Yeah, it's nice to hear back from Facebook.
Yeah, I thought it'd be good to kind of catch up with you. I did notice I think you have had contact with us in the past. I think it was even last year maybe when you had a interview. If that's correct.
Correct. Last year.
Yeah. So I mean, you probably are aware, but with, people are allowed to sort of interview every 12 months. So
Okay.
that's our kind of rule is there's a 12-month buffer between people interviewing. So I thought, obviously now Facebook has rebranded to Meta. We have a lot of things going on. Hiring is growing, and it's becoming a more and more interesting place every day. And we wanted to. There's a lot of people who interview with us 3-4 times just to be able to get in, because a lot of the time it does come down to preparation, and sometimes it does come down to just upskilling in certain areas, trying to do commercial work in certain areas. So you have, like, for example, you are able to get through to the main interview, but in the main interview, I don't know if you had in-depth feedback, maybe you didn't, but I can provide you with some advice and see whether you feel more confident in these areas.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So last time, I think you did your interview, but out of all of the sections that you did, the one that came back the most negative was the software engineering system design.
Mm-hmm.
So we are recruiting at a level where we want leaders, we want technical leaders, we want senior, we want experienced people. So that is kind of the main area that we're recruiting for. So system design as well as machine learning model design are very, very important interviews for us. Yeah. So one thing was, I'm sorry, one second.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. So yeah, no, I mean, I guess going through it, there's seems quite a lot of different things anyway. But I mean, how do you feel now, a year later, if you were to do a system design question or a machine learning model design question? Like, is that something that you have spent time doing over the last year or so, or do you feel like you'd be a bit more confident on that?
Yeah, from last year, actually, I upgraded myself on system designing and machine learning designing, but I need some more time for preparation. For example, I can attend only after July of this year. That means some time in August, I am ready for attending the interview.
Okay.
By that time,
sure,
I will be.
I think that.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's completely fine. I mean, if that is the case, then it's probably best for us to catch up at a later date, because then when we catch up at that date, some things may change anyway, because it is obviously 6-7 months away. So, but in terms of your main, so I just wanted to get this feedback to you so you know. So in your interview, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 main interviews that you've had. 2 which are you had a machine learning. You had machine learning design. You had 2 software engineering coding, and you had a system software engineering system design as well as a behavioral interview. Yeah. And the behavioral interview, and the machine learning model design are the most important ones for someone who is coming in at your level. So on the behavioral one, you are very borderline. So what that means is there was some things that looked very good, like that you're showing the right signs, but there were also some things that were like too much of an issue, so that they thought no. So if you can, it looks like when you were at Wipro, you had technical lead experience according to your LinkedIn, and then you've also been a senior for a long time. But when you did your behavioral interview, the interviewer said that they felt like you had never had any direct leading experience of a project, which is very strange. If you have been a senior or you have been a technical lead, then just by job title, like it's the chances are you have been taking direction on a project. So it might have just been you didn't have any examples at the time. So I would say just try to, over the next 6 months when you are practicing, try to write down examples of like where you have had like conflict resolution, where you have had projects that you have led, where you have had experience designing an optical system and then the details of that system. Just try and write all of this information down, because then when it comes to the main interview, you'll then have like, some already in your mind, in the back of your mind, you'll be able to give good examples to the questions that they might ask. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then on the coding side, you were kind of, you did 2 of them. You did borderline on both of them, but they both just went a bit down. So one of the reasons was on the communication. So that is easily sorted. Of course, if you just spend some time, I don't know, maybe communicating with others, maybe working with English-speaking people as much as possible and things like that, you will be able to improve. It was only very, very borderline, so it's not too bad. And then you also have to get into the habit of being able to test your code. So both interviewers had a frustration that you weren't actively trying to test your code. That is very, very important. So please do try and do like the whole life cycle. Obviously, you have to do things at a good speed in order to have time to be able to do it, to test the code and things. So all you have to do is just practice all of these areas, and you should be in a better position.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right then, Naresh. So let's I'll put something in my diary to catch up with you in about 6 months' time. But obviously, if you feel like anything earlier or anything, then just let us know. Okay.
Yeah. And in coming days, what kind of rounds? Is it same number of rounds, or any extra round is going to be added? For example, last year it is 1 system design and 1 machine learning design and 2 coding rounds and 1 behavioral round, right? So will it be the same now?
Yeah, in theory it's the same.
Okay.
They only amend it according to feedback. So let's say you do better in your interview now. Let's say you start doing quite well, but there is one of the interviews, let's say the machine learning model design hasn't gone exactly to plan, then they might do another, like they might do 2 machine learning model design, or they might do 2 software engineering system design. It just depends on your feedback and everything. But if you just go through the process smoothly, then it should be completely fine.
Okay.
So that is exactly the process that we are maintaining for the moment. But obviously anything can change, but at this moment in time, that's the process.
Okay. And this time, do I need to travel to London, or it will be like last year online?
So if you do it right now, then it's online.
Okay.
If it in 6, 7, 8 months time and the world is back to normal, then I don't know, because obviously a lot of things are changing now. They've realized they can interview people effectively from abroad and stuff. So if they can interview people effectively, they won't really see a reason to bring someone over. But I don't know, because that's up to them how they want to proceed. So I think that question can be answered when you do interview, because they might change rules. At the moment, it's from home.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and previously, one coding round for filtering out, right? I think 2 years back, when first time I attended the interview, one screening round is conducted where coding and one round is tested, right? Then only I travel to London. So now will it be there, or that will be discounted?
No, screening interview is still there.
Okay. Okay, then. Okay, cool. All right, Naresh. Well, yeah, let's catch up in 6 months' time or something, and then take it from there and see where we land. Yeah, sure.
But yeah, do the time to practice. Do practice session. Do machine learning, model design, system design. Really, really work on design. That is the key area. And obviously, coding is very important still as well. Speed with coding, as well as testing and everything. You can just go on LeetCode and do the tough questions, the hard level questions and things. So, if you want to be able to get through this process, you just have to practice. And you have a background that can get here. You just need to be able to practice in order to be able to do that. Okay?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for suggestions. Yeah.
No problem. All right, Naresh. Well, thank you. Good to speak with you. Let's catch up in 6 months.
Yeah, sure. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye.